Long, long ago, in the beautiful Bay of Naples, nestled under the watchful eye of a mountain named Vesuvius, lay the bustling Roman city of Pompeii. Life here was vibrant, full of energy and confidence. Imagine streets teeming with people, merchants shouting out their daily deals, the sound of horse-drawn carts clattering on stone roads, and the warm, inviting smell of freshly baked bread wafting from bakeries. It was a city alive. The people of Pompeii lived in stunning homes. Their walls adorned with colorful paintings called frescoes, depicting scenes from mythology and daily life. Children's laughter echoed through open courtyards. Wealthy citizens would relax in their grand villas, enjoying the luxuries of Roman life. Life had a predictable, comforting rhythm. Out in the fields, farmers tended to lush vineyards, their grapes destined to become famous wine. Fishermen returned from the sea each morning, their nets full. The local bathhouses were hubs of social activity, filled with chatter and gossip, much like our modern-day coffee shops. And what about the great mountain, Vesuvius, that loomed over them? To the people of Pompeii, it was just part of the landscaper, gentle giant, a familiar neighbor they had no reason to fear. Sure, there were occasional tremors, little shakes in the ground, but they were dismissed as easily as we might shrug off a brief shower. No one suspected that deep beneath the earth, an ancient and terrible power was stirring, waiting to be unleashed. The day was August 24th, 79 AD. It began like any other. The morning air felt unusually warm, and some noticed strange signs. Birds were seen flying away from the mountain in large flocks, and animals seemed nervous and restless. But the people of Pompeii, accustomed to their daily routines, paid little mind. Shopkeepers opened their doors, families prepared their midday meals, and neighbors exchanged greetings in the sunlit streets. The rhythm of life continued unbroken. But then, just after noon, the world changed. A deafening roar shattered the peace, a sound so immense it felt as if the sky itself was tearing apart. Mount Vesuvius, their silent neighbor, had woken from its long slumber. With unimaginable force, it erupted. A colossal column of black smoke, ash, and rock shot miles into the sky, twisting and spreading out like a dark, monstrous pine tree. It was a sight no one had ever witnessed. Soon, the ash began to fall. At first, it was like a gentle, dark snowfall, dusting the streets and rooftops. People looked up, confused and shielding their eyes. But the soft flakes quickly turned into a heavy, relentless shower of hot ash and small volcanic stones called pumice. The sun disappeared, and midday turned into a terrifying, premature night. The confident calm of Pompeii shattered into a million pieces of fear. People scrambled through the darkening streets, grabbing their loved ones and whatever small treasures they could carry. Some tied cloths over their mouths and noses, struggling to breathe in the suffocating air. Others ran desperately toward the city gates, hoping to escape the nightmare that had descended upon them. But the ash fell faster and thicker, piling up on roofs until they groaned and collapsed under the immense weight. Through the smoke, flickers of orange and red could be seen on the mountainside, the horrifying glow of molten rock. For hours, the city was trapped in this volcanic storm. The rain of ash was relentless, burying everything in its path. Escape routes became blocked with debris and fallen structures. The legendary Roman order crumbled into complete chaos as every person fought for their own survival. But the worst was yet to come. In the early hours of the next day, the final, devastating blow struck. A pyroclastic surge, superheated, fast-moving wave of toxic gas, ash, and volcanic matter roared down the slopes of Vesuvius. It moved at hundreds of miles per hour, hotter than any fire, an unstoppable force of nature. It slammed into Pompeii with absolute fury. For the people still trapped within the city, there was no time to scream, no time to even comprehend what was happening. In a single, horrifying instant, all life was extinguished. Vesuvius continued to erupt, burying the city and its people under more than 20 feet of ash and pumice. It was as if a thick blanket had been laid over Pompeii, sealing it away from the world, preserving it like a macabre time capsule. By the time the eruption subsided, the city of Pompeii had vanished. It was gone. Centuries rolled by. New soil formed over the buried city. New towns were built nearby. Generations came and went, and the memory of Pompeii faded, slipping into the realm of myth and legend. People knew from old texts that a city had once stood there, but its exact location was forgotten. Then, in the 18th century, something incredible happened. Workers, digging a foundation for a new building, stumbled upon ancient walls. As they dug further, they found more structures, artifacts, and eventually, entire streets. They had found the lost city. Pompeii was re-emerging from its tomb of ash, not with cheers of celebration, but with a haunting whisper from a world frozen in time. Archaeologists began the painstaking process of excavation, and what they uncovered was astonishing. They found a city preserved almost perfectly. Homes still stood with their vibrant frescoes intact. Bakeries were found with loaves of bread still in the ovens, now turned to carbon. Taverns had coins scattered on the counters, abandoned in a rush. And most poignantly, they found the ghostly figures of the people themselves. The bodies of the victims decomposed over the centuries. They left hollow cavities in the hardened ash. Archaeologists carefully filled these voids with plaster, creating detailed casts of the men, women, children, and even animals captured in their final, tragic moments. We see a dog, chained and writhing. We see families huddled together, trying to protect one another. We see individuals in postures of prayer or desperate flight. These silent figures are a powerful, heartbreaking reminder of the human tragedy that unfolded that day. Today, visiting Pompeii is like stepping back 2,000 years. You can walk the same stone streets, enter the same homes, and stand in the same public squares as the ancient Romans did. It is a vivid, tangible connection to the past. The city tells a story not just of disaster, but of life. We see their art, their tools, their food, and their graffiti scrawled on walls. We see a complete, functioning society paused in the middle of an ordinary day. The story of Pompeii is a profound lesson written in ash. It reminds us that even the most advanced and confident civilizations are fragile and can be humbled by the immense power of nature. It teaches us that the familiar rhythms of life we rely on can be shattered in an instant. As an old saying goes, never ignore the quiet mountain. Pompeii stands as a silent, eternal witness to that truth. A city that died in a day, but has lived on for millennia to tell its incredible tale.